Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on HTML form elements. And right now, we'll be discussing about the HTML form label element. The label element defines the label for several form elements. The label element is useful for screen reader users because the screen reader will read out loud the label when the user focuses on the input element. The label element also helps users who have difficulty clicking on very small regions such as radio buttons or checkboxes because when the user clicks the text within the label element, it toggles the radio button or the checkboxes. And also, the for attribute of the label tag should be equal to the ID attribute of the input element to bind them together. So quickly, let me show you how this works. In our previous tutorial, we'll be discussing about the HTML form input element and the label element so far, but I'm still going to show you cool tricks quickly now. So back to our document. You can watch our previous tutorial on HTML input elements in details. We have a playlist for that, so you can be able to follow along easily. So now let's use our code. Let's quickly create a form. Let's say for instance now, firstly I want to define the label without even form. Let's just write label first, so you can know the benefits of using label. So label is this. Let's just write first name quickly. Let's say we are having first name right here. Save it and reload. Can you see we have first name? Let's write this again with p tag so you can see the difference. Let's say we use p tag. Let's use p tag guys and write first name. Let's save our document and reload it. Can you see? It's just as if we use p tag, right? So it's just as simple as ABC. But something special about the label element is that we can use this for inside our word, inside our label element. So I'm going to show you how the code tricks works. Quickly, let's use this with an input. The label with an input. I won't explain this input right here because I've explained it in our previous tutorial. You can watch our HTML input form input elements in details. And also quickly, let's use this for. This for right here is that anything you write here, let's say you write good. Whatever you write inside this good ID, let's say your input, whatever you write inside your input element right here must be the name you specify also inside here. That is, whatever ID name that your input is taking, the value inside your ID of the input must be the same value that will be inside your for attribute inside your label. So definitely this for right here is working with the ID inside our input. So the reason why we are going to use it now, firstly let's omit it. Let's reload our document and see what will happen. Can you see we're having this input now, and when we want to click it, you will click inside it, right? But now we want to click this first name so that this first name will automatically place our cursor inside here for us. That's the benefit of using what this for attribute here. So now let's write good because the ID that is inside our input is good, right? We are now saying label for good. So let's reload our document. Now click our first name. Can you see it's automatically place our cursor right here? So that's what we are trying to do. So, and again, another trick quickly, as you can see, we're having this label and the input right here, our document. Let's say for instance we need more input like this, we will say like this, like this, like this. We can, and when we save our document, I'm going to see how it looks. Can you see the way it looks? Wow, they are now looking scattered. So in our previous tutorial, you can watch our previous tutorial on HTML inline and block elements. I have a playlist for that where you can have a full explanation on HTML inline and block elements tutorial. So you can check the playlist on HTML inline and block element. So now the one thing I want you to do is that let's come back to this. Let's reload our document right now first. Now definitely, let's say for instance we want this our box right here to come down to this first name should be on top of the box you are having, or top of the input box. So what we are going to do is that the first trick we are going to do right here is to give it a br immediately after your closing tag of the closing after immediately after the closing tag of your label element. So you are going to see, let's reload it now. Can you see? That's the benefit of using the br tag. So now when you are close, when you copy now, so now when you copy and paste this, paste this, paste this, you are going to see they are going to stack on top of each other, but something is still going to happen. Can you see? They are stacking on top of each other. The reason why this one now not stacked on top this one now and this one and also the reason why is that this one also now need to have br. So now let's enclose this. At the end of this our input box here, let's place br tag there so that it can also stack on top of each other. So this is what we are going to do again. Inside here, quickly let's write br tag here again, and now we are having whatever we now write at the bottom of this one now we now stack on top of each other, on top of each other, on top of each other. So everything we now, can you see the br tag is now arrange our document for us? Can you see? Now it's working nicely. That is another trick for you. So instead of you writing it one by one, we automatically get it, right? So and again there's another trick again. As you can see, our document look somehow right now because we want to write just 1 2 3 4 input, while we are having these long lines of code. So we can reduce it by doing what? Let me reduce it for you. Can use another label again. Let's use another label to do this. Can do this with another label. Inside this one right here, we cannot do like this. Let's say second name. So immediately inside this second name, we can give it our input. So let's place our input inside here. Input. When our input is inside here, we can now do what? We can now place our attributes, the type of the input we want, the name of the input we want, the id of the input we want, and also our for right here can work again. Let's give our for, let's give our id to, let's give it love. You can give it any name you want. This for also must have love. When we save our document, there will be something you will notice here because we don't use our br tag. Now can you see, because we don't use our br tag immediately after our text here, you can see that this our input now is coming next towards it. No, so now let's quickly give this place our br tag. Can you see where I'm writing my br tag here immediately after our colon here? So now let's save it and reload our document. Can you see? Stack on top of each other. And now this one also, can you see? We reduce our code to one line. This one is having 2 lines and this one is taking 1 line. As you can see, this is another trick I'm trying to show you again. So another one again, we have another trick we can do again. We can do more than this. So let me give you another trick. Another trick is that, let's say the way you see it, you don't like it like this again. And also let me show you something. Let's say this one now you want to write more code, you can just immediately paste this, paste this, paste it. Can you see? You can have any amount of input like this one now. This first one is taking much line. Can you see? Can you see the way they are taking the lines now? Let's reload our document now. Can you see this one now? Can you see? And this one now, if you notice something, the second name and the line, the problem here is because of what? Because we don't close our break. So I'm going to close this now again. As you can see right here, the br tag must be behind here also, so that it can look like the way we did it earlier. So let's copy this again. I'm trying to show you this also so you can see the trick very well. Sorry. So as you can see, this is first one and the second one. Can you see the br tag is closing it? So let me reduce this one, the way it's long, it's big like this, so you can see it clearly. Can you see full label with br tag at the ending of it? Can you see? Now let's reload our document. You can see how it looks now. Can you see? It's looking nice, and even our document also is looking lovely, right? So now say we don't want it in this manner. we still want another way. There's another way again. You can write your label like this. Inside you can now break your label into two like this. Inside here you can now do what? Input. Input inside here. You cannot do whatever you want to do again. Input ID of anything and name of anything, right? Then you can give it whatever life. uh, let's just give it go, so you can understand what I'm talking about. The name also must be the same, right? So let's reload our document. Can you see our go document? Now we can give it a name. Our name can be inside here also, understand? Because this is our label. Our label can be last name. You can have it like this, name last name like this, and save your document. Can you see we're having it like that? The funnest part also is that we can give this one also a break. When we give it the tag here, it's still going to break. This is going to break. Let's reload. Can you see it break? And also we can also give this also break at the end right here, because we are this is called programming. We are programming it in the way we want it to look. Now whenever we copy this now and paste and duplicate this, can you see how long it is? It is long. You understand? You see, it takes much more space, but it's readable. Can you see also it's working? And when we click our things also, they are all going to work. So one thing I want to show you right here is that, can you see this one took much place, though it is readable. Readability is okay, but it took our page a lot. So it depends on what you want to do. That's what I will tell you. That is the advice I'm going to show you. So I gave you 3 tricks right here. This is first trick, second trick, and the third trick. So right here now, one thing I want to do is that, let's say for instance, let me think of another thing we can do. Let's say you want to enclose all this. You can enclose all this with another thing, but in our future tutorial I'm still going to explain that for you guys. Please let me look for something again right here. Let's save our document first and see. Can you see we are having first name, second name, last name. The last name is not having the our 4. Let's give it 4. So yeah, our 4 is name right here. Label is name right here. But we notice something here. The 4 is not working. Why is it not working? The last name, we gave it go, and this one is having go. Why is it not working? So let's say we have encountered an error here. Let's reload our document again. Let's click it. It's not working, but the second one is taking the input to it. Can you see? But the last one is not working. Why is it not working? So quickly let's check why it's not working. Let's create the same type again. At the same time, let's give this cool. Let's create an input. Let's give it ID of cool. So you are going to know the reason why it's not working now. Just give it name, capital letter. So for you to know why is it not working, let's reload. Let's click on it. Can you see it's working? Purposely now I know the reason why it's not working. Definitely maybe because we kept this BR here. So let's place BR there. Maybe I don't think because of the BR tag it shouldn't work. But definitely the problem will be another thing. But firstly let's test the BR first. Let's reload our document. Now let's click it. It's working. But why is it not working? Why our document not working? Let's click it again. It's not working. Definitely maybe typo error somewhere. Input ID input. Oh, sorry. I've seen the input. The problem is that we don't give it ID. The ID is not having go. Is the name we specify here. It's not the name. It's not working with the name. So now our previous tutorial I've discussed about this, that whenever you are going to use, everything must be, if you want this for function to work, must the ID is this 4 is working with the ID. So the name inside this ID must be the name you specify inside your 4. That's where the problem comes from. So you have to active with that. So that's where the error comes from. So I'm not purposely doing that. So I'm showing you the error that may occur so that you can be aware of it. That's why I'm showing you this. So as you can see, we have different ways we can create our input. And again, there's another thing again. Let's say for instance now, let me do this inside here, or let me do it here, so you can understand what I want to bring out now. Let's give this three inputs here. We're having 1 2 3, right? Let's say this one is for location. Let's give this one origin, and let's give this one date. uh, let's just give it that like that, so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's reload our document. Can you see we are having origin and date of birth, right? So one thing I want to show you quickly as a trick again is that notice that we are giving this one, we are having go at this first one, second one is also having go, third one is also having go. It will not work again. The input pointer will not work again. When we click on this one, it will work. This first one will work, but this second one will not work again. They will just be pointing to the first go element. So definitely you have to change their name. Let's say you can give this one go like this. You can just give this one go 1, and this let's give this one so that it can, this one is having go like this. You can arrange it like go 1. This one is having go 1 like this. This one is having go 2, so that the name will not mix each other, because this is computer you are talking to. That's why you need to arrange it in this manner, because the name works for each other. So when it will target it whatsoever you are clicking. Let's click can you see it's working now? Our origin is working now, our last name is working now, our second is working now, first name is working now. So let's say we want to use our date of birth to target this our second name. So we can use the name inside our input of love here, the love input right here, the love ID right here. You can use it inside our what? Inside our 4, inside our label 4 of the date of birth. When we click the date of birth, it's going to target our second name automatically. So now let's click our date of birth. Can you see it target our second name automatically? So that is the benefit of using the 4 attribute and also the ID. So the ID is working with the what? With the 4 attribute. So that's what I want to show you guys. The trick, I hope you got it, because it's very nicely. And when you want to use your form, you can now enclose your whatsoever inside your what? Inside your form, because you want to use your form, right? You can use your form again. You can place this inside your form and give it a button. You give it input, another input. You can just give it another input of birth of submit, input of submit, and you can have your submit button. Can you see? So and you can do whatever you want to do. So in our future tutorial, I'm still going to show you some cool tricks with this again. And what akorede ayofe is my name. I wish to see you guys next time. Have a great day, and thank you so much. Make sure you practice, because practice makes perfect. Have a great day. Bye bye.